Hey girls, it's Monday, and this is my face when I've had a migraine since 7 a.m. So this week's topic, kind of, I guess, contrived out of Laura's video yesterday, and chosen by Kelly, was family heritage, or something like that, I guess. Oh, my head hurts really bad. Okay, I guess interesting family heritage things about my family. My mom's side of the family, I don't really know anything about. German and Irish, I think if I had to guess, I've heard that thrown around. She grew up in the town that I grew up in, born and raised there. So she's a New Mexico lifer. We were born in the same hospital and all that kind of fun stuff. My dad, his parents, my grandmother is, I believe, first generation American. She might be second, but I think that her parents were born in Italy. But anyway, there's a close connection to Italy. She's Italian. And then she married my grandfather, who's very, very Irish all the way back. There's apparently, and I've never seen this book, but there's this book apparently about how somewhere in my family line someone settled some state, like Kentucky or something. There's the word lantern in the title, and there's like this girl on the front carrying a lantern. So maybe I have seen it because I'm pulling that image out of my painful head. I'm sure this is really fun to watch. So yeah, and then there's also, I guess, some vague documentation maybe somewhere. These are just stories I've been told. I've never really seen proof of half of this stuff, but that we're related to someone who came over on the Mayflower, I think. Or maybe not the Mayflower. Maybe not the Mayflower. We're related to someone who was at the first Thanksgiving somewhere in my family line. I've heard that story. And I've heard that story told that we're related to someone who was at the first Thanksgiving, and or related to, or I guess more specific, we're related to the person who said like the prayer at the first Thanksgiving. I don't really know if that's true, or if that's just what my really Catholic relatives like to say. It's unclear. But so yeah, my grandmother's super Italian. She makes the world's greatest spaghetti. I mean, really, she makes the world's greatest spaghetti, and she has really great stories about Italy and spending time in Italy as a kid. And then my dad was born in Indiana, but then they moved to Wisconsin shortly thereafter, and then my whole family's from Wisconsin, which is why we're Packers fans. And so then until my dad moved to New Mexico, and then he met my mom, and then you get me. So yeah, I guess I really don't know that much about my family heritage. We're pretty typical of Americans. We pretty much just consider ourselves Americans, and we're kind of Irish-Italian Americans. That's what I identify myself as, I guess. Heritage-wise, I have a bumper sticker on my car that my grandmother also has on her car because my granddad made them, that says caution, Irish temper, and Italian attitude, which basically sums up my grandmother and myself. So yeah, I guess Irish-Italian American would be the heritage that I would claim, though I think that on my mom's side, there's German in there somewhere, but I don't really know. And I'm New Mexican. That's probably a greater impact. New Mexico, if I don't think any of you have ever been there, but it's a really, really interesting sort of cultural gem. There's a really weird infomercial on when there should be Castle on. I don't know what's going on with that. My head hurts. I'm going to stop talking. I am American, and I am New Mexican, and I'm Irish, and I'm Italian. Not really in that order. I am New Mexican, I'm American, I am Irish Italian. There we go, that's the order. That's what I consider myself. Somehow, with my headache, I've been speaking for 6 minutes, so I'm gonna go now. When you see me next week, this will be different.